they can be exposed to some things. But I know there's a lot of and maybe intimidation or even some little fear at best. So help the viewers understand how they can get over some of that and get involved with that program.
That has been one of our stronger points. We have so many people that are not high school or apt to do what they need to do because they're embarrassed. They think that their friends, their children, their loved ones are going to say negative things. Ooh, she can't read. She doesn't have her high school diploma. She didn't get a GED. We understand privacy. It's just like anything else. So that's why we use outside sources. And at one point, here we wanted to use a church to have it. And that's what we're here for, asking the community. If you are willing to be one of those who want to get what you need, you don't have to go to our campus to do this.
Right.
We want you to know we'll meet you any place, at the library, in a church, work with you one-on-one, and get you to that point where you are not embarrassed enough to want to reach out for some help. Once some people are really at a low level because it's been so long for whatever the reasons are that they didn't finish. They might have stopped school when they was in the 3rd, 5th, 7th, 9th, or whatever, and really didn't comprehend anything. So if we can get them now back to be able to communicate with the public, then we can put them into the school setting, and they can take that little 12 hours with us, get the scholarship, we pay for the test, and then they have everything they need. Then we have a lot of people have had lots of experience in the city on their jobs, and now they're saying you got to have a high school diploma to do these things, but people don't want to go back and say, I don't have it. So they stay at that level 1 of workforce when they actually could move up. And some of the other people who are graduating from high school can get some of those jobs. So we need to let everybody know, don't be ashamed. Don't feel that this is a threat. We are here to help you. We want to take you to whatever part. We can come here. This is a beautiful place. We can sit on a bench. We can sit in a chair. We can go by the restroom. We can sit at a coffee table or whatever and get them where they need to do. We got to take the fear out of this community of, if you're not educated or you don't have the skills you need, we are here to work with you on it.
Right. And one of the things that we often are challenged with, not just within this community, but I think all across the nation, educational attainment, it is sometimes a challenge for some who've been out of the educational arena for a while.
Exactly.
But one of the things that we're seeing, matter of fact, we have quite a few educators on our committee.
Yes.
We have probably about 15 to 20 active committee members right now. I'm hoping to grow some more, so if you want to participate with Certified Literacy Program, we will meet next Monday at 12 o'clock at City Hall, so you're more than welcome to come on in. But here's the situation that we're facing. We're seeing that some of these individuals who don't have the basic skills or some of the educational attainments, they have kids that are now needing some of their assistance in regards to, tutoring or working with them on whatever coursework and they're somewhat challenged because some of the stuff these kids are learning today, even puts me, who has a master's degree, at challenge, you know what I mean?
Right.
So obviously one of the things that we need to do is help them feel more confident to help their children with whatever educational challenges or issues that they're having. Because, I think, now I'm gonna get biblical on y'all, but the first teacher that the good Lord kind of instructs us to have for our kids is the parent.
That's right.
And if the parent has a challenge with trying to teach, then usually the child is going to have a problem with learning.
And let me key in on one thing on that, and I'm glad you mentioned that. In the course of us working with our adults, 16 and some 15 and above, we are trying to start at the ground root. So when we get this community certified, we won't have to worry about our little ones. So therefore we have books we're trying to put into the community to allow them and to work with the children and let them start at an early age, making sure that they can read and do everything they need to do. And a lot of people think it's all only reading, but we got to understand reading is the key to success, because that's where you comprehend. We can see a picture, and a lot of us can look at a picture and we can imagine what it is, but being able to get facts, we need to be able to read, understand, comprehend, and we'll feel comfortable with ourselves, and we'll be able to help our children. And now our children can help us too. And that's that's another thing. I challenge those of you all in the community whose children are intelligent, smart. Encourage them to go to the library. Encourage them to go to the various churches or get in touch with someone that might be working on their GED. A lot of time, older people like me, we like that knowledge coming from the younger group, and they're telling us stuff. I learned so much from my granddaughter, 13. Just think, those 12, 13, 14, 15, 16-year-olds, they can help us. So we can get them, and I have some volunteers who would be willing to assist in this area, and that's what we're trying to do. So I challenge all of you all out there who are weak in areas that you just, maybe it might not be reading, it might be in the health field, it might be in the computer area. Whatever you need, know that we can help you. You can go over to our college campus on Coffee and go to the GED area and just tell them, hey, I need some help in this area, and they will be able to assist you.
Great, great. Well, Andrea, one of the things I want to piggyback back right on, and this is something that we probably are trying to expand on here in our community. We just started the Boys and Girls Club here, and matter of fact, I was talking to Gary Evans the other day, and matter of fact, I think there's a staff person that works there that's going to kind of work towards working with families, because a lot of these kids that may be coming to the Boys and Girls Club are some of these critical kids that don't have that parental tutoring or help at the house. So the Boys and Girls Club is going to offer that opportunity, but what a more of an improved situation if we could have some of those parents who may not have those good basic skills or GED or high school diploma to get them to that level. So we're hoping that maybe we can do some connectivity between the Boys and Girls Club, literacy, and also the school system as well too. So talk a little bit about the Boys and Girls Club, what y'all doing there, and hopefully we can get some parents to get in more involved with the program, and also maybe get involved with adult literacy in our Coffee County. So.
Well, we are actually having a ribbon cutting tomorrow, so we're very excited about that at 4 o'clock. And we opened last week, and we are able to serve 100 kids right now with the funding that we have. Of course, we want to expand, we want to grow, and of course, for that we need more money, more donations, of course. So encourage those out there who are interested to donate. But yeah, it's a great cause. And the reason the Boys and Girls Club kind of grew out of the Chamber of Commerce and one of those best retreats that you're talking about. So it was born as a workforce development initiative. It was something that we believed would help the children in this community, and of course, as you're talking about, their families as well, because students are bused there after school, and they can stay there till 6 or 7 o'clock till their parents pick them up. And the reason, as I said, is a workforce development initiative, but there's a statistic that kids who attend the Boys and Girls Club, I think at least 3 times a week, have a 90% graduation rate. And our graduation rate, I think, is in the mid-70s.
Mid-70s, that's correct.
Here.
So, I mean, that's a tremendous amount of students that can be affected there. And when we were looking to start something of this nature here in Coffee County, we decided on a Boys and Girls Club because of the fact that the students could get help with their homework, they can get tutoring and those kinds of things, as opposed, they also have recreational opportunities as well. But we had looked at a YMCA, and that was mainly directed at recreation, but we needed a place where kids could get help with their homework, they can get tutored, and they can have a hot meal as well in the afternoon. So I think that it is going to be a wonderful facility for those kids, and I hope affects our community in nothing but a positive way. So yeah, I think that the Boys and Girls Club is one of those great initiatives, that has been brought about by lots of partners in our community, especially with the City of Douglas partnering and helping out with the facility as well.
Well, one of the things that we're hoping, and that's where Gary was trying to, there's a lot of opportunity for synergy between trying to help these kids at Boys and Girls Club and tying what the adult literacy program is doing for Coffee County, because we do need to have that level of confidence in our adults to help their kids, because we're only serving 100 kids at the Boys and Girls Club, so you're looking at over 6,000 kids in the school system. Now, quite often there's a substantial enough kids that are having that tutorial or that parental guidance at the home, but there's probably a lot of kids that don't get that because of whatever issues. And building the confidence in some of these adults is key. And we're hoping that the adult literacy program out at the college, at the technical college, can keep growing. Matter of fact, we're about out of space.
That's exactly right.
And probably within the next calendar year, first of year, there should be starting construction on allied health facility there at the college, and also the career academy.
That's exactly right.
Now that will hopefully open up some space for the adult literacy program.
To move in. That's exactly.
Matter of fact, y'all are in some what we call them. We used to call them the Perrin trailers when Dr. Perrin was there. I guess now Dr. Anderson, we call them the Anderson trailers affectionately. But yeah, most of all the adult literacy program is in the trailers. So we're hoping to get some new space opportunities, so that will help increase some of that. But talk to us a little bit about some of the adult literacy classes have dropped off a little bit because of the fear of the computerized testing and all that.
That has been a problem, and that's what we don't want people to think. You know, when the test stopped and we said starting January 1 we would be using the computer-based, the fear was the word computer, not so much the test. It was the computer, because can you imagine if I haven't been in school and hadn't been doing anything, this lifelong learning that I got to have for the rest of my life, you mean I got to know how to do a computer? No, you just need to know how to be able to, if it's A, B, C, D, a short answer, be able to type in whatever it is that you might need. And that we would like for you to take that fear out of your head, because you can't hurt the computer. You just need to answer the question to the best of your knowledge. And if you know the answer, then you read and you mark that answer. And being able to use the computer is one thing, because we're really emphasizing computers in a lot of the classes that we are teaching throughout the campus, not only in adult ed. You got to know your computer skills. So basic computer skills will be good. That's going to be good. They can go out and get a job after they do that, you know. So you got to have secretarial people. You got to be able to keep things in. We don't do anything by paper anymore. So everything, even if you're putting numbers in, when you're counting stuff, you're doing a tally, you're going to have to know that. So please do not think because it's a computer-based test, you're going to fail. Go in, put everything in your mind that you know in order to pass the test. Ask questions and be able to take the practice test. And see, the practice test will make them feel better about what they're going to do, because once they do a few practice tests, then they'll be able to take the test.
Right, and there are 4 parts to the GED test, right? Okay, good. And you know, one of the things that we need to look at is some activities that are going on next week. I know there's some literacy activities going on. So talk to us a little bit about that. I think we'll take I hear some noise in the background. I don't know what that is, Johnny. But anyway, if you'll talk to us a little about National Literacy Week.
We have Literacy Week next week, and you know, we'll be coming in and we'll be doing the proclamation here. And we're trying to make sure that we encourage the reading. We're encouraging people understand. We're going to do a variety of things, because like I said, a lot of people think it's just about reading and writing. No, there's a health issue there as far as people not understanding about health, and it's so many other things that we need to go. We're going to have booths and stuff set up around for different things. We're going to have different people coming out. I know last year the mayor came and talked and welcomed everybody there, and letting them understand that the community and the city is working with them in anything they need to do. Economic development was sharing some of the things that they'll be doing. So what we'll do is just make everyone knowledgeable of various things that can take place. And we encourage you as a community individual to come out and be a part of some of this, so you can see it firsthand instead of having to read it in the newspaper or hear it from someone, because that's where we get our volunteers from. People come out and they're totally impressed with what literacy is all about. Then they say, hey, I want to have a helping hand in it. So one of the things that we are looking at doing, I think we're going to do a proclamation on September the 8th. That's correct.
That'll be around lunchtime. And then that night at our American Mission meeting, we'll have the committee come, about 15, Andrea, yourself, and Commissioner Hutchison, who is Richard Hutchison, who are chairperson at this time. And we'll take a photo opportunity and give some information about literacy in Coffee County and impress upon the community the need